Peter, one of the most surprising aspects of the report was in one section where you listed many different KPIs that are used to measure how well a sales and marketing team are aligned. And in the majority of these KPIs, successful companies were like 2 to 4x better in these areas than the unsuccessful companies. And so what this sort of pointed out to me was this is not just being a little bit better. This is being orders of magnitude better in some very key places that enables the executive team to extract a heck of a lot more revenue from the sales and marketing investments. Peter, one of the things that resonated most with me out of this report was in your recommended solutions area. And one of the key recommendations was that the sales and marketing teams have to be placed under one key executive, whether that's the president, CEO, COO, or as I start seeing more and more now, a VP of sales and marketing or a chief revenue officer who is responsible for revenue generation across the sales and marketing organizations. And given that more and more the buyer's journey is occurring online and less human-to-human interaction is occurring, it's absolutely critical that these become one revenue generation function or one function that generates customers and not silos that have a wall between them in different places. And I think having one key executive responsible for that is the fastest way to generate more revenue from these teams. In terms of advice, I think the best advice that I could give beyond the report itself and all the good ideas that are in it is to stop measuring marketing on quantity and start measuring it more on quality. And so what I mean by that is traditionally the marketing function is measured by how many leads were generated and how many campaigns were run, or how many pieces of content were produced in a given period of time. It's very much look at how much was done, and I think we need to shift away from that to quality. And one implementation of that is to sort of look and say, all right, is to measure what percentage of the marketing content is relevant to the customer in terms of helping them make a good buying decision. So you can imagine having a rating engine on your content that asks the customer that question and allows them to rate these pieces of content in terms of how helpful it is in terms of helping them make a good decision around if they should change or they should buy from you or whatever the key point is that they're looking to understand. And then the same thing for the customer-facing teams, right? To be able to get a measurement of what percentage of the marketing content is relevant to the customer-facing teams in terms of helping them create and win more business. And you can do the same thing. You can have a rating engine on every piece of content and ask this question with a comment field coming back. And it's that kind of attention to the quality of the content, how effective is it in terms of driving the customer and the customer-facing teams, that will probably generate the biggest change in alignment that I can imagine.